Hey folks, Jason here with another Monday.com tips and tricks video. In this video, I'll be talking about creating high-level, low-level project boards using the new project portfolio template. At the time of recording this video, this template was in beta, but it works really well. So let me show you what I mean, but first, let's have a look at how things used to work before this template came about. So in Monday, when you wanted to do a high-level overview board and connect it to a low-level board, you had to do a lot of actions manually. So for instance, here I have a high-level board. I created just a SEO project, and I have some standard columns here along with a connect columns that connects to all my lower level tasks, and we have a mirror column for timeline and progress. So if I have a look at my low level board, this is where all my tasks are listed, and I have some status, dates, and a connect board column to the high level board. So whenever I would create a task here in a high level board, normally it could, well, if you wanted to automate it, create a low-level board automatically based on this project. And it could be based on the template and already have all tasks inside, but you can work around that as well. And you would have to manually connect all these low-level tasks to your high-level board. And how you do that is basically in your low-level board, you would select all, and you would manually connect it to your SEO project. And then you would have to do a little extra step here. You would go on the three dots and click on item default values. And here in the high level, you would connect it to the SEO project. And this last step, what it basically does is that if you were to ever add any additional tasks on your low level board, like this, it would automatically connect it to your high level board. So basically you had two things to do manually. These are things that were not possible to automate before, but now with the new projects portfolio template, it's possible to do it. So it's really cool. So let me show you how that one works. Here in your workspace, you'll want to click on plus and go to choose from templates. Here, type in portfolio, and you'll have two options. This one here in beta, this is the one you want, and this one here you can ignore. So when you click on there, you'll want to use the template. So once you use it, it's going to create this folder here with 4 boards. So you have project requests and approval, portfolio management, we have a template, and an example using that template. So we have different icons. We have the a little list here to do sort of for project requests. We have a suitcase icon for portfolio, and this icon here is basically to identify all the low-level projects that are based under or nested under the portfolio. So in the project request board, we have basically a couple of use cases for this, but you may not need this board. You may even delete it because it doesn't really matter in terms of triggering automations. This portfolio projects template can work fine without it, but basically it's here for teams that require new projects to be approved before they go into the pipeline. So you would put in your information. Maybe somebody on your team would approve it, and then that would automatically trigger some automations in order to create this project in the project portfolio management board. But as I said, you might not need it. You can safely delete it, no problem. If you go to your project management board, this is where all the action happens, and this is where all the connections are made automatically, which is really, really cool. So in your upcoming projects or whatever, you can create a new project like this, and you'll have a new screen to basically ask you how you want to proceed. So start from scratch, use a template, which is what we'll do, and connect an existing project. Now, just a note about connect existing project. This is really, really useful because if you wanted to transition over to this new method of doing high-level, low-level boards, this is what you'll be using. So for any business that already kind of uses high-level and low-level boards, this is really useful. You won't have to redo everything. This will just help you connect to those lower level boards automatically, so you can use this feature. Now for us, we'll use a template. So we click on that. Next, we'll use a project template, which is the one that is included in the template, and we'll have some information here to put in. So project, we'll have a start and end. Select a priority, and click next, and then it'll ask you to match your columns, status, start, all that. So it's already matching, so we're good here. We'll finish. Okay, so now it's connecting a project board and portfolio. It's going to create the project here. There we go, new project. And we have already this information being piped in, and that's because it's using the project template board, which already has some information in there. And we have here the new project board. So this is our new project board with the information. And again, it's based on the template, so that's why there's all this stuff in here. But you can modify this template to your liking, remove any columns, pretty much except the connect column here, obviously, because it needs to connect to the high level board. Same for in the project portfolio management. You cannot delete this connect column, but that's obviously needed for it to work. So back in your portfolio management, you can see your projects here, and we have information, which is great. It's already connected. You don't have to go through those 2 extra manual steps in order to connect the low-level tasks to the high-level board. So it's pretty cool. Here, just to note, you can delete some of these columns here. Monday put them in here because maybe your team needs them. Maybe it'll inspire you on things that you might need, but you don't have to keep them. You can delete them. There's a few columns here, like these mirror columns, that you can't delete for some reason. I'm not sure why, but you can always re-customize them, perhaps to pull in some information that you do need. Or what you can do is hide them, and for information on that, you can have a look at my previous video, 3 ways to hide columns, and that way it won't clutter up your board. Okay, so we have the new project portfolio template, which has a bunch of integrations and automations already pre-built in there. It saves you a lot of time in using a high-level, low-level setup. Honestly, give it a try. I think it's a great addition to Monday.com. It's in beta right now, but seems to work pretty well. So give it a go. So that's it for today. Hopefully this will inspire you for your own use case. Thanks again for watching. And if you like more content like this, please subscribe. Thanks. See you next time.